Okay, let's start. We have waited 5 more minutes, but welcome everyone to the Metal3 Community meeting today, Wednesday 27th, May 27th, 2026. And I'm Sunat Samadov. Today I'm gonna be your host. Uh, so let's go through let's check the participant list. So we don't have any new participants. Um, Yeah, usual reminders. Note that this meeting is recorded and later will be uploaded to the Metal Cube YouTube channel. And if you want to help out our projects, please check out this wanted uh, page, so you can help out like to improve our project. And if your organization is using Metal Cube, and if please go ahead and open a PR to the adopter list. So add your company to the adopter list. We have a flake tracker and glow monitor. Okay, and usual stuff. So I'll just skip those parts. So the community working group, do we have any update from anyone? So I think we have some, no, right? Yeah, if anyone has update about their community group work, so please let me know. Okay, so yeah, release team. We have this is a old release team, so I'm not part of the release team anymore, and Nutti would be the part would be a new release team member, and we need to update the tracker. Tracker page is 1.14 now, so I'll do it a little bit later. Yeah, okay, and we came to the discussion topics. So regarding the V1 Beta 2, we have almost finished. Like we have finished the work. There are some more non-critical changes left, but it's gonna be done in 1.14 release cycle. So you can already use V1 Beta 2 in the 1.13. Okay, to the discussion topic. First one from Serhi, if I believe,
Yes, yes, sorry,
migration to co-plugin system for provisioners.
forgot to
Uh,
mention my name. Just
yeah,
a quick reminder. I think all the tests are already green. It was a problem last time with some of the CI. So I guess it's safe to merge. Yeah.
okay, so the PRs. Okay, that's interesting. We don't have an upgrade test here. Anyway, yeah, this one got cleaned up. All right. Yeah, please go ahead and review this PR, and I will try to find time review as well. If you don't have a further discussion regarding this topic, I can move to my discussion topic. Okay, then mine is also the similar. So that I was implementing granular bare metal host status, and I have added some changes. And so yeah, and there was a Jacob was adding something I forgot to reply, but this is relevant what he was suggesting here. But this work can be done in a separate PR. But the part is, yeah, as we discussed last time, I have added like these uh, descriptions for the deploy steps. Yeah, probably we need more comprehensive list. So I will need your help, Dimitri. So please take a look, everyone, to that. Okay, next, if you don't have any question regarding the granular provisioner steps in the BMH status, we can move to the next topic. Okay, next topic is I'm looking for the like people who I want to submit with topics regarding the metal cube. The deadline is pretty tight, so this Sunday will be for main conference, and then in July, I think, in June for the maintainer track. June or July, I cannot remember, but for the main conference, we can try something. I have something in my mind. So like kind of manage your AI infrastructure with Metal Cube or something, some work that we are doing. So I might ping some of you personally on the Slack. Sorry for that, but yeah. Yeah, if you don't have any suggestion right now, please let me know if you have anything, any idea for the North America KubeCon. Okay, seems nothing. And there is next one is from Dimitri. Dimitri, please go ahead.
Thank you. I want to highlight two RFEs. One pretty old. The one is pretty fresh. The first one is about out-of-band inspection support, which is much faster than current agent-based. Also well supported by Ironic. Has had a few review rounds already, stagnating for a few days. So yeah, please take a look. I know quite a few people are interested for having ability to inspection faster. Especially since it's somewhat related to the next RFE, which is about optionally being able to match host claims on precise hardware data fields. And there's already a good discussion with Pierre about this, which I intend to continue and follow up on. But generally, the shape of the idea is for somewhat more advanced applications of host claims, it would be cool to be able to have more precise selection of what a host claim should target. And to avoid situation where labels explode, because we've been in a situation in OpenStack where we could only select by labels, and a few operators provided feedback that it becomes really, really annoying to create like 20 labels with all possible combinations of everything. So that's what it proposes, a way to match on arbitrary hardware data fields. And there's a good feedback from Pierre on first that probably should be optional, because there may be operators who don't want that and don't want this to be a way of exposing hardware data to untrusted tenants. And also about the format of the operators, which is also a good topic. But please provide more feedback, especially if you're interested in using host claims in the future, because for me, it's quite important to be able to do this. And we can also talk about what to expect from operators and so on.
Okay, sounds really interesting, and yeah, this would somehow reduce the need of the labels, as you said. That's seems very interesting. I will myself check that out as well, and please others also read the proposal and suggest if some changes needed. Does anyone have questions regarding that?
So it's not a question, but it's just a remark to explain my first comment on the risk is that we have already begun to discuss the use of something like that with very precise expressions. And the problem is if you really want to use it in a multi-tenant settings where you don't really have trust between the infrastructure manager and the customer, it's very difficult to then make a real contract that you can update between you as a PMH provider and your customers, where you could be somehow pushed to maintain hardware that you don't want to keep just because your customers are expressing too complex and too targeted requests. That's why I think it must be important to keep in mind that it must be optional in the sense that you don't want to be pushed by your customer to provide a too precise kind of hardware.
Yeah, I think I see your concern here, and that's again, it's interesting because in all these conversations, I think you and we have a slightly different use case for host claims, both valid. So you are looking well, I would call it public cloud-ish style use case where users get a few flavors to choose from, and they just go with these flavors, and that's basically what current host claims do right now. And I'm looking at something more like semi-trusted tenants or advanced tenants where I would remember we talked about years ago when we just planned this feature, customers being able to read hardware data resources as sort of inventory. And yeah, I recognize that it's not a use case for everyone. I guess you'll be happy if this feature is opt-in in host deploy policy, or how do you see it? Or more like our bug situation? What's your take on this?
Yes, I think the problem is that if it's available, people will want to have some part of it, and I don't want to be caught in something where we are trying to make language to limit the expressiveness. Don't see if you understand what I mean. I mean something in between where you say that you can select something but not this one, and with the expressiveness limited to some kind of expression, but not to balance your updatability versus the flexibility for the user, because it can quickly become a never-ending discussion on the expressiveness of both the language, but also of the language to limit to what you can express.
I kind of get it, but I also don't want to end up with like all or nothing sort of approach, because I also know from my experience that just having labels can be quite problematic for some cases. So yeah, if you have specific suggestions in mind, even if it ends up limiting the scope of the feature, just put them in the comments. We can continue there to avoid boring the people. But I do recognize your concerns. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for your comments and discussions regarding this topic. Then we can move on to the next discussion topic. This is from Pierre. Yeah,
Okay.
Cancer. Please, Pierre.
So this one is mainly related to the implementation of host claim, but it can also be used in with regular Metal3 machine targeting bare metal host. Is that in a lot of cases, you may want to have defaults for some of the fields that are set by well, the infrastructure managers, one who is handling the bare metal host. For example, you can imagine that he completely defines the network data for its BMH. And you have some customer who come with their settings. And what happens when the binding with their host claim is deleted? So you have several approaches. You can say that if you as an infrastructure manager has set something, then your customer can't override it. But if you agree that it is overridden, then you need to keep what was the default so that it is pushed back when the bind with those claim is deleted. And the idea of those consumer settings is that for all the fields that in fact can be set by the host claim, so more or less what is in a host claim except the label selector, you can put it in consumer settings so that you still have in the back what your infrastructure manager has put as, for example, network data or whatever, but it is not used as long as you are the one who is bound to the bare metal host. And there's a requirement in the consumer settings is that if there is no more consumer ref, then consumer settings must be nil too. So that it means that it is deleted. And the best way to do it is either with a webhook or with a CI constraint. So that's the essence. But now the questions are, do we really need these consumer settings? Should we put the consumer setting in a different custom resource so that it does not pollute bare metal host? That's Dmitri's suggestion, if I understand well. Well, or other proposal to handle the question. For example, we could also say that we do not need to have a way for the consumer to overwrite the infrastructure manager settings.
Okay. I was not that much following the host claim workflow, but this seems to be a very related and issue. So you are trying to I understand that like.
So as I've
So
said,
limit the lifespan of the claiming of the bare metal host by the host claim, right? If the consumer is not there, so
as soon as he is not there, we want to have a way to go back to defaults that existed before the host claim was bound.
Okay.
For example, a specific network data, a specific way of cleaning disks. You can also imagine BIOS settings because not everybody wants to set BIOS settings. So you want to have default. So it is good for almost everybody. And if somebody comes with these BIOS settings, when it's finished, the next user should have the BIOS settings that are standard, not the ones with, I don't know, SRIOV enabled or things like that of the previous customer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now it's much clearer. Thank you for explaining.
Oh, with BIOS settings, you're opening such a huge can of worms, man. Yeah, it's a good proposal. I need to sit on it for some time. I understand that my first comment was quite naive. There is one more possibility that we so far have ruled out entirely, but it is a possibility, and I guess we need to discuss it, even if not right now. So far, we tried to provide nice layering and nice separation between host claims and bare metal hosts, in the sense that bare metal host controller is not aware of host claims. We could change that. Then you won't need anything new in reality. If bare metal host controller is aware of host claims, it can just take values from it based on purely consumer ref. And then you don't need another settings resource because it will just respect what is in the consumer host claim, and once host claim is gone, it stops respecting that and goes back to whatever exists. That's at least a possibility, and we should at least discuss that. Again, if you need to compose your thoughts, I'm happy to just put it in the comments and discuss it over the course of the next days.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dimitri. Is there anyone else have suggestions or questions regarding this proposal?
There's quite a lot to unpack there.
Okay, yeah, let's go through, like as Dimitri said, like the first go through the possibility of the bare metal operate controller to know about host claims, and probably this won't be needed, and then we can continue discussion on the proposal itself as well. Thank you. We need to do, I think this is the end of our discussion topics. We can move it to triage. So I was checking some of them. So, yeah, in here we already. Okay, let's go. We have already discussed this a little bit, and we can continue discussion in the issue itself. So then we can add a triage label there. So this one is pretty new. I haven't checked it. So this is from Dimitri, recently opened.
Yep, can explain what is going on here.
Please.
It's actually from AI feedback on one of the RFEs I mentioned, which raised a very fair point that currently even inspection is disabled. Even if it's disabled on all your hosts, we still configure hosts or configure nodes in Ironic with agent inspection. So an operator cannot disable, for example, entirely this inspection on the custom Ironic deployment because we require it even if it's not used. So this is a low-hanging and low-priority item to use ironic special no inspection interface, which just does nothing and fails. For hosts that have inspection disabled, it's not a huge benefit for users, but maybe some operators will be happy that they don't have to enable the agent inspection. I'm not going to do that, honestly. If anyone wants to take it, be my guest. I explained why I consider it an RFE and what caveats it has in the comments. Yeah, should be pretty doable nonetheless.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we will kind of register bare metal host, but we do not inspect it. So that's like the EPA won't run it on it. So
yeah,
okay.
that's already an existing thing, right? You can set inspection mode to disabled, but the ironic node will still be configured with inspection. We're just never gonna run it, but we still configure it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I need to check further to have an idea, but yeah. Should I triage this right now, or should we continue a discussion here in the issue comments?
If nobody disagrees or has any outstanding comments, just
okay. Yeah. If there is no one against it right now, I can just do the triage. Okay. So this one is kind of non-deterministic static IP assignment failure in DHCP-less EPA. Okay, it was open. So there is quite nice problem description. But yeah, I went through. I don't have an like strong opinion because I need to check the DHCP-less DHCP-less environment like booting. So for now, like we will keep it in the triage unless you have gone through it, and then if it's really needs, if you insist having a triage accepted label, we can do that as well.
I think we need RAM disk logs, and not just IPA logs, but all logs like from journal D or whatever they're using, because I cannot just guess why it's happening for them.
Okay, so we okay, the logs is not here. So
I don't see them attached, at least in any form or fashion.
Okay, yeah. So we needs more information, or
Yep.
Okay. So I don't do this often, but I forgot the label.
You can probably
If
just
you
apply it manually and explain in the comment what you want,
okay.
because I also don't remember.
We need. Okay, let's not write right now. I will just check and comment it later. But yeah, I'll just pin it here. Okay, this is from Satu. BMO removes phased reboot annotations.
It sounds like a possible regression to me.
Yeah, it feels like okay, interesting. Annotation is removed. I think we need to triage it. Like, I mean, if it's happening and if it happens in our environment, then it's issue. So, but let's do the triage now, and then we can myself or someone will try to reproduce it on our side as well. So the metal cube, the reporter says it has even happening in the metal cube dev environment. So in that case, it's possible for us to easily to reproduce this issue. Okay. The explicit root volume option for RAID. I need to check that further. So right now I don't have any immediate idea regarding this.
I think Armin already has a patch for this, so maybe we can assume it's trashed simply because if you go as far as discussing a pull request, I guess the bug makes some sense.
Okay. All right, then if you have gone through it, that's fine. Thank you, Dimitri. And this one related to the worst case. So the select IP from near exhausted large pools. Basically, yeah, this. So Shiba Puppy, and this guy was implementing random allocation strategy, and then there was a discussion. So like that single IP claim reconciliation should not iterate like thousands of indices. So there was a discussion with Tuminoid, and then he opened this issue, and we can just do the triage. But the thing is original implementation of this random IP allocation is not merged yet. But still, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Dimitri, this is from you, and you already have merged the fix, right?
No, it's not a fix, it's just the references. This one is pretty bad, really. We're still thinking inside of our Red Hat team what to do about it. Yuri is particularly thinking about this. Because we managed, and not just we, Gopher Cloud as well, so we managed to assume all bias settings values are always strings, while Ironic actually specifies them as JSON, plain JSON values, which are strings, integers, and booleans. And booleans are basically unusable in MetalCube as of now, and integers kind of odd to use. I fixed a few bugs related to this part, but we really need to do something about it because, for example, right now, if we get a boolean from Ironic, we convert it to string 1 or string 0, which is pretty confusing. But doing anything about it is going to be an API change. So it's not just something we can easily hack. We need to think about, basically, we're talking about a new version of host firmware settings API potentially, like V1 Alpha 2, which behaves differently, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So
have a
is this coming from
question.
Gopher Cloud?
Can't we use the schema for helping to know if how to convert it back?
Yeah, but you cannot store it because HFS defines it as maps of string to string. So even if we convert it correctly on the way from Gopher Cloud, our API defines values as strings.
Yes, but at least you could keep strings that are more if your string is true and the schema says that it's Boolean, you know that when you go to the backend, you need either to put a 1 or a 0 and things like this. So it could help you to keep at least a coherent view of your strings without completely changing the backend. And or maybe adding something to Gopher Cloud to say, no, I'm speaking with something that I expect to be typed. For example, saying bool dièse true, and then Gopher Cloud knows that he needs to understand it really as a Boolean, and when it comes back, you've got the schema to know what you want to put.
Yeah, we should probably do something along these lines. If you could put that into the comments, because I won't be the one working on this bug, most probably. If you could put your suggestion in the comment, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. As far as I understand, this requires also the changes from the Gopher Cloud, right?
Could be, yes. That's not that hard, but could be.
Okay, nice. Okay, I already accepted it, and yeah, please, Pierre, comment your thoughts here as well, and thank you for sharing. And we can, this one is release, so the Node joined the release team, and we can accept it already. So it's tracker for the release. Well, we 1.14 cycle. So, sorry. Okay, and the rest, I think we already have discussed it, so I'll just skip and go to the next. Stale. Okay, so we don't have new ones, and I fortunately didn't have time to check it, but it's declarative cloud init injection provisioned host. Seems like Adam was doing the last like removing the stale, so I just continue one more time. So basically, this is the same, and this one needs more information. So basically, if the author didn't come back with that, we can just let it close. Yeah, Adam was already saying that seems to be invalid, but let it close it itself unless the author doesn't come back with more information. Add conditions. Oh, this is ongoing task. So
It's probably done because we got
it's
conditions
probably,
and we finally got healthy condition. And Adam is asking Jacob if
yeah. Jacob is not here today, but
no, he's asleep already.
let's not remove the stale. But after he comes back with an answer, we can close this issue. But yeah, there were like a quite of condition were added here. The Pierre also was Pierre adding it. Yeah, he was mentioning it at least. But yeah, there were like a couple of condition were added. We have discussed this before as well. So another one, page conditions for warnings.
I think it's still to do.
Okay. Yeah, it's to do. So I will remove the stale. So I was completely forget I was tagged here. Let's come back to it later. All right, and manual owner reference. Support mixed infrastructure cluster without manual owner reference. I am not sure. It's in the CAPM3. Okay, so I don't want it to be in the stale. So let's keep it in the stale. So it's not that much relevant. And that is from Jacob. And it was accepted before and it's still in to do if I understand correctly. So we will remove the lifecycle step. Okay, this is a flake on the CI, so it's still not fixed in it seems. So I'll just remove this.
It's not fixed, but I don't think we've seen it again since. So maybe it was just some random flakes. Well, at least I didn't see it again myself. And since no one commented or did anything to say it's still an issue, I'm not sure if it's all that, well, if it's still a relevant issue. So maybe we can keep it stale, and because
Yeah, let's
like the CI job, I'm not sure that it's still in the well in the GitHub cache, because I know it's like flushing the logs every so often.
it pretty much seems to be a networking issue. Okay, but okay, for the visibility, we can keep it one more cycle, so the 90 days. After that, if we don't see it, it will automatically be closed. Okay, yeah, and I'm not sure if it's frozen. Should we go normally? I think Adam would not go for the frozens. Okay, this is the yeah. I think we are fine, at least today, and there will maybe next time Adam will go through all of them. So, and I think there are a couple of new good first help wanted issues. So if you want to help more, and please go ahead and choose one of those. Okay, so yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, problems, or questions, it's time now. Otherwise, I can close the meeting. Okay, seems no one. And thank you everyone for joining, and see you next week.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.